Good morning, welcome back to live shopping here at Highlight Crafts. We switched roles in this hour, dude.
We have.
Me and you.
Me and thee.
Somebody's already bought one of those.
I know, leaving us with one left.
Can we see if we can get more, please?
My goodness me. Morning, everyone.
Fastest fingers first, I think. One left. We are going to try and get more stock for you. Brilliant piece of kit as well, this. So it's well worth investing in. Let me introduce you to the team. We've got Katie, not Sophie, that was last hour. Katie on cameras. We've got Lewis in the driving seat.
Hello.
And we've got the one and only Mr. Waiting in the wings.
Waiting in the wings.
That's what we should call you.
Waiting
Mr. Waiting in the wings.
Yeah, go for
Not
it.
Stand Dan Wait.
Stand and wait.
That's hilarious. Right, let me tell you a little bit about live shopping and how it works here at Highlight Crafts, because it's super easy for you to watch us and shop at the same time. Okay, super easy to do. So you can find us on YouTube and watch us on there. If you want to shop and watch, you can watch us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. Now, to shop on either of our social platforms, each product that we show you will have what we call a shop code. And all you need to do to purchase that item is type the word shop and then that code into the comments underneath the video, so you can carry on watching the demonstrations while you're shopping, which is superb. I love that. Then it automatically will send you a direct message with a link in it that will take you to our website, where you can log into your account so you get your club member benefits and then check out your baskets. If you prefer to shop and watch us on highlightcrafts.com, which is our website, you can also do that. It's had a fabulous facelift. I think I need that. I just need a bulldog clip like that.
No, you don't.
I don't care anymore, honestly. It's all bought and paid for, right? If you would prefer to do that, just pop on over to Highlight Crafts, press play, and all the items in the show will appear down the right-hand side of your screen. You select the ones that you want to buy. They'll go into a little purple shopping bag at the top of your screen, and when you're ready to log in and check out, click on that bag and that will take you through that process. Now, before you shop with us, if you're brand new, do me a favour, just say hi in the comments, because we like to give you a nice warm Highlight welcome. So do that for me. And then go and open an account before you shop with us, because we also have a club here at Highlight Crafts. There's no fee, there's no annual subscription, no money coming out of your bank at all. All you need to do is open an account with us here at Highlight Crafts. Please put your date of birth in, because we send you something on your birthday. We're not being nosy, so please put that in. And then you will get extra discount on every single order that you place with us. So you're never going to pay the price that's on the screen. You're going to get 5 loyalty points back for every single £1 that you spend with us, which you can build up in the background and use against a bigger purchase, or you can use it as you go along to get that price down a little bit more. And if you get your basket spent to £35 or over after your discounts, we're going to pay your postage for you so that you don't have to, which is brilliant. Now, one more thing before we get stuck into this show is, if you would like reminders every time before we go live, so you're not going to get inundated with text messages, it's just a little ping that goes off on your phone so you don't miss any of the shows and you don't miss any of the deals, because we all have busy lives. Please type the word live into the comments right now, and that will give us permission to send you that notification. I have it, and I have my phone on silent all the time, but it just pops up. Yes, Lewis? Just Facebook and Instagram, not on the website. Thank you, Lewis. I forget that. I get so many words I've got to say, I forget. So if you're watching on social media, Facebook, Instagram, type the word live. We'll be able to send you a ping to your phone. Right, Mr. Waite.
Righty-ho.
You want to come and join me and talk about this fabulous...
I do
Can't
indeed.
keep this in stock.
I know, we really can't, can we?
Can we?
It's one of those things that just keeps on going and going. And of course, we're going to continue to share it with you, because lots more of you are investing into the airbrush kit. So more reason to us to show it to you and actually show you how it all works and why it is such a great investment to have. Now, an airbrush is a really simple device when you break it down. It's a compressor built to essentially a trigger which looks just like a pen, but it allows your choice of ink, your choice of medium to be dispersed through there in a perfect mist, giving you the ultimate blend, achievability, whether you have or haven't ever used an airbrush before, for paper craft, mixed media, food crafting, all of that sort of stuff combined into one product and for one price. It is a brilliant, brilliant deal. Now, this whole kit is a comprehensive kit. It actually comes with inks included, and they are mica interference inks, so they're like the exceptional style of inks. They're not just any primary
Shall I
colour
open
set.
it? Have we got some? Have you got
I've
some?
got some on my
open?
desk. They're
Have
just
you?
next, to
I'll
my,
go and get them.
just next to my water jugs.
Got them.
There we are. So you can see with these colours, and I'm going to show these particular ones to you as well during the show, how they do interfere with the colour. You'll get one where it will be either a red gold, or you've got a grey gold inside there, or a violet, a blue brown. You've also got inside there a green blue. You've also got there an electric blue. You've got a violet orange. So this colour here that's bright pink in the bottle on white, when you spray it onto dark, will look gold.
Yes.
It's crazy how
really
it works.
clever.
It is a very clever medium, and these are designed for and primarily to be used within an airbrush. You can freehand paint with them as well, and they do look exceptional for that, but they are designed to go through an airbrush without blocking it. Now, there's a different point to this entire kit than there is to a battery powered or rechargeable airbrush, is that because it is corded, it has a much stronger PSI, so the pressure is much higher. The compressor is a separate unit, which is plugged in. It's low voltage, but it's mains voltage. With it being up to 25 PSI, you're talking pressure that you use almost within car tyres. So you're building up pressure in there, which means that if you're using thicker mediums, different solutions, different paints that you've formulated and created yourself, it will force it through the airbrush, and it will give you that pressure to actually create different effects with. And that's why I instantly gravitated towards this and thought, oh my goodness, I can use so much more. Now, you get the compressor itself, which is fully regulated, and it's got an intermittent top up as well on there. One button, and it starts to top it up.
Okay.
Something else really important in this is the actual hose that's supplied with this airbrush. Now, we worked with quite a few and tested a fair few of them, and some of them were great, they were really good, but there was one downfall that happened in all of them. It was the hose.
It was kinky.
It was kinky. It was too kinky,
kinky
the hose.
hose.
It was too kinky, the hose.
Don't
I should have said that word.
That's hilarious, right? I know.
Look how long the hose is.
I'm in that kind of mood today.
It's,
wow, I bet I can't do
It's literally 6
that.
foot.
It is literally, I bet I can't do that. I can't reach it. Or maybe I could.
It's skipping rope.
Yeah, it would be a skipping rope. Look at that. I used to be really good at skipping.
I love a
could
skipping
do
rope. Should
loops
get
and
one
all
to fit in the
yeah,
car park. I like that. I don't think I should. I think too much would shake.
No, David. Hello.
That is, if we're doing that, make sure Emily's not in, because it'll be all filmed.
Yeah, no Buckeyes.
So this is really important, and this is your braided hose. Now, it's a pressurised hose, but it's got braiding around the edge, so we know it doesn't kink. A lot of them are just rubber or plastic, and they're coiled up like this. They're coiled like a tightly coiled spring, okay? And when you're working with them, they're constantly trying to retract and go back to the compressor from the main pen itself, which is frustrating because then you're constantly being drawn back to the compressor. Not with this. Fully flexible, doesn't kink, and retains the pressure really well. And it's got the threaded fittings, which are airtight at both ends. You get your stand, which will go into the unit itself. So that will mount just into here, and that is where the pen will sit and be a holster for it, and it will sit in here. Now, you do actually get the full kit of the pen inside here. I'm going to open this up for you. In fact, no, this one's sealed. I'm not going to open that. I'll show you mine. But what you do get is you get the full pen inside here. You get additional attachments as well for you to work with it, and that will then fit on there. And the actual metal pan is connected and welded to it, so it's really easy, clean and maintain. You also have an ultrafine needle inside here, which you use to clean your airbrush with, of course, the filter and non-return valve. And then you do get inside there a full pack of your bottle brushes as well, which means you can clean down all the chambers and channels of your airbrush, giving you simplicity and ease of use. And you do also, of course, get a full instruction manual to capture and cover everything that we share within, of course, our shows as well. So you've got that as an additional support. Ooh.
I just built the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
Have you upset them boxes? They're in tears.
No, but we've got them on a deal.
Sorry?
No. That's actually quite good for you.
It is actually, isn't it?
For
Yeah.
you?
I had it boxed up for ages, but I finally used it.
They're still
Never mind.
here, amazingly. Right, that is a fabulous piece of kit.
It
Now,
is.
I said to everybody the other day, I spent a fortune on one from Craftwell, who used to do the cut and boss.
Yes.
And the cord on that, nightmare. Used it once. It literally sat in my drawer. I've
If
used
you let
it
go
once.
of it, it goes zoing.
It's awful.
Yeah.
And it sprays everywhere. This, with that cord, that corded lead, is brilliant. Now, we've brought you the one before. We're not going to shy away from the fact that we've brought you one before that was chargeable.
Yeah, oh, we
the
do
little
still do
ones.
shows with that as well.
This is much stronger, so you can
Yes.
put more different mediums through it.
Absolutely. So, for example, the airbrush inks that we have on today are compatible with a chargeable one, but aren't always necessarily advised to be
Yes.
used with it. And there's a difference. There's a very fine line between them. They will be much better with thinner inks, and you can thin inks down as well. But I would suggest to use those for maybe much smaller detailed areas. This one is going to give you a large surface area, but it's the pressure and it's also the density. I've been testing quite a few inks at the moment inside these airbrush kits, and there is some exceptional results, which means we've got even more to share with you, which kind of continues this story. So to get it now and get it checked out and get it yours, you're at the beginning of that journey.
It's fabulous.
But the metallics and interferences that we do have within this bundle will give you results like this, and
Wow.
you can see that through
That's
rotating.
amazing, David. Look at that.
It's crazy. You can see how the colour changes. You've got pinks, you've got blues,
Wow.
you've got greens inside there. As you rotate it like that, and you're seeing it now from the underlight, you've got purple underneath there, but you bring it through, and look at that.
And something like this will be really good on these boxes, won't it?
Oh
Because
yeah, absolutely.
when you're spraying, you're not oversaturating.
No, it
are
doesn't
you?
buckle. You can go
That's
onto
the
card,
thing.
vellum, you go onto rice paper.
Yeah.
You can do airbrushed everything, which makes a difference. And with some of the mediums we're showing with, you can go onto things like glass and ceramic too.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right, let's talk. So if you want that one, it's shop kit. It's $99.99. You're going to get your club discount off that. You're going to get a nice amount of points back
You are.
on that as well, and you're not going to pay any postage, which is fabulous. Right, let's talk about inks
Yes.
next, David, shall we? Because we've got 3 different sets for you in here.
Absolutely. These were all brand new last week, so they're still the latest instalment of any wet medium really that we've actually shared with you here at Highlight Crafts. So these are like the crown jewel at the minute, and they've been really popular. They also all have their dropper bottle tops to them, which means they're really easy to dispense. If you're working with a spray ink and you're wanting it for an airbrush, quite frustrating, because then you've got the nozzle in there, you've got the tube that carries it, you've got the whole, all of the gubbins of that bottle, whereas with this it's really easy to operate. You've got that little spring-loaded top. It's very similar to the opening of your pin flare
Yeah.
all stick, a
Yes.
little bit like that
Yes.
inside it. So it's really easy to decant, and it means there's zero housekeeping as well, which we always like. Make things easier.
I like no housekeeping.
Me too.
Housework, housekeeping. I like
Ooh.
that. Right.
Full comprehensive kit. You
Yes.
get everything that you need inside here. So you've got a full rainbow of colours. Then you'll see down here you actually have a thinner, and you also have the white. So you're going to get 2 bottles of thinner plus a bottle of white. The thinner is great if you are going to be using these inks in other airbrushes along with the one that we showcase with you. So it means we're not saying you're restricted to only what we share,
Nope.
which we love to be able to see. But at the same time as that, all of these are fully intermixable. Feel free to take them out into a palette and mix them and then pipette them into the airbrush, or you can blend them together. Now, you've got what almost transcend into neons and fluorescence, as well as deep, dark, majestic tones. This is probably one of the broadest colour ranges and most popular for that reason. But also inside here as well, you do get your black and your white, which is unique to the sets.
It's fabulous, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So if you want that set, shop Luminous, 14 colours and 2 thinners for $27.99. Again, if you're a club member, you'll get your discount, your points, etc. Now, next set.
Next one for you. Now, you can start to see in here we're delving into some really deep colours. I mean, look at this. This is what I would class as a gold without the metallic. So
Yeah.
it's almost like a mustard, but it's a deep, deep opulent colour. Really, really nice onto brights and darks as well. Now, the beauty of these inks is you can go onto a dark surface and you can go onto a light surface because they are so dense, okay? The beauty of that is that, of course, we've not gone with an ink that's semi-translucent and is okay at coverage because it flows well through an airbrush. This one here is dense ink, it's thicker ink, but it will flow through an airbrush. It has the thinner built into it, which means you can also use it for printmaking. You can do lots of other techniques with it too.
Fabulous. Shop Radiant will get you that. Now, I need to tell you, the airbrushes are fully allocated.
Oh, my
we are
goodness.
going to try and get some more for you because we're 14 minutes in.
Yeah,
And we need to
absolutely.
be able to get
Yes.
more.
Mhm.
Next, these are lovely.
Yes.
I love the fact that you've got your metallics in there, but I also
Uh-huh.
love you've got this really cool I don't mean cool as in hey dude cool.
Hey
I mean
dude
cool
cool.
as in cool colours.
I like the Hey Dude Cool as
Hey
well.
dude cool.
I
Hey
think it is
dude
Hey
cool,
Dude
that's a
Cool.
new thing. Let's start a trend.
I
Don't do trends either. All of this lot here is gorgeous, completely different to the other ones.
Uh-huh.
But this, if you like cool colours, and do you know what? If you asked everybody in the world what the favourite colour is, 85% would say cool colours.
Cool
Because
colours.
it's calming.
Calming.
My favourite? Red.
Well, yeah, funny that.
Yeah, funny that.
So you've got here again a complete selection, and as Mel mentioned, you do have your metallic range in here as well with those beautiful colours. I mean, look at these. Your metallics are a very densely packed mica ink. You will still find them flowing freely through your airbrush, so don't worry about that. But you do have the option to thin them down. Should you ever have an issue with your airbrush not dispersing the ink as you'd expect it to, add a few drops of thinner, mix it thoroughly, and then allow it to flush through. It's important that you do that because, of course, that will then enable you to get the better results. If you see any spitting or larger droplets coming out your airbrush, then you need to thin in a little bit.
Perfect. Right, if you want that one, Shop Soft, $29.99. Now, we've got a deal on these boxes for you. I've just piled them all up so you can see
You have.
the kind of thing that you're going to get. They all nest inside, a bit like Russian dolls. And you're going to get 6 of them. Now, we have dropped the price to $9.99. I know.
For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It says 6, but it actually says 7 on the screen. Is it 6 or 7?
I think there's a smaller one, I think.
There's one
Right.
missing from that set.
So, there's
Someone's probably used it as a...
It's no longer around.
7 boxes you're going to get for $9.99. These are great. My
$9.99.
sister-in-law once bought me something like this with a big bow around it and cellophane, and
Yep.
each one for Christmas there was a different
We got
food-
one for Christmas.
food. Yeah,
and one had
fabulous.
chocolate, one had shortbread,
Yes.
one had fudge, that sort of
Yes.
thing. And we got it for Luke's grandparents. It was about £50.
I know.
And for the boxes, I'd have got it just for that because they were gorgeous ones, but they had stuff in them. That for $9.99 is ridiculous. 7 gifts, 7 different display boxes inside there. I'm going to get these.
Absolutely.
I want them.
And you can absolutely decorate them how you want. All those
Yeah.
rice papers we've been bringing you, now you've got surfaces. If you want them shot round, $9.99, we'll get you that. If you would prefer the square ones, shop, I'm hoping it says square,
We shall see. $9.99.
or the line caller, shop square, $9.99. Now you've got a £10 saving on those, then you're going to get your discount and your points. Brilliant for decorating up. You just want
$9.99.
blanks, but you don't want them to be expensive. This, phenomenal deal.
What's $9.99 divided by 7?
Oh, well, £10 will be 7, £3 left over, 5, 4, about £1.40.
£1.40 for a box that big?
Yes,
Oh my word.
I know.
£1.40 before
Deal.
your club discount for a box that big.
I'm going to move these
That's
and
bonkers.
put them somewhere that's a bit safer, because I know what'll happen. I'll knock them all over. So if you want those, shop square or shop round will get you whichever option you prefer.
Now,
Right, David, shall we have a look at some of these little stencils?
yes, these are new.
They're new.
Yes.
Excellent.
So we've got here
Like
for
new.
you a stencil that does more than just give you pass-through pattern. You've got edges on here as well. So these are great for making borders, design elements to your cards, because each one will have a different fixture. So a different border, whether it's a scallop, whether it's a crown. Thought I'd get them all. Where did you come from? And then we've got all of those edges in there as well, just to give you a bit of an overview of what you're getting. Now, inside this, you are going to be receiving, 8 stencils inside there. Sorry, I just dazzled off the top of my face. Eyes. What?
What?
I don't know what I said then.
I don't know what you said either.
It was messing with my eyes, with how many there was, because I saw that
Oh,
as one then
yes.
for a second. But look at how you've got all
Like
these different
these
edges. So you ink up to them, stencil up to them, airbrush up to them, but you've got alphabet, you've got symbols in here, and you've got lots of different patterns too.
Right, we've got a couple of questions. Lewis wants us to go to demo after we've done the next set of stencils. Susan says, I bought this, but like to watch how to clean, etc. before I use. I got powders with mine.
Oh.
I don't know, I'm not sure about that, because you wouldn't put
Powders?
powder through, would you?
No, if you're wanting to use mica powders, they need to be an ultra fine powder. Some mica powders can be much thicker than others, and you want to use something like Cadence Extender, or you can use a water. Just be prepared for that medium. Not the mica powder once dry, not to stay or just dust away.
Yeah.
Using water.
Tracy says, can you remind me what inks I should use in the rechargeable airbrush? Can I use these in the rechargeable airbrush?
You can use these in your
With
rechargeable.
the thinner.
Yeah, you want to use them especially with your thinner. Now, in some cases, with some colours, pigments are denser than others. You tend to find that white paint is much thicker than the rest of other paints. It's denser, the pigment is much, much heavier. It's like the handy lacquered or the hybrid acrylic. The white paint will always be thicker. It's just the way that that paint is formulated. So you'll tend to find with some colours, you will need to use a little bit of thinner, whereas some others, maybe like a yellow or maybe a light green, you might not need to use thinner inside there because they're much lighter colours. Some of them are just not as heavy. But in your rechargeable one, so your battery-powered one, you can use all of your Cadence Mixed Media ink sprays, not the shimmer ones though, because the mica does get stuck inside those. So all of your ink sprays, any of the previous ink sprays we've had on as well will work as long as they're fully water-based.
Lovely. Now, we also have a giveaway for you today.
Yes.
The word giveaway code is Tuesday, so type Tuesday into the comments. We're going to give away 300 points.
300 points.
Nice.
Nice one.
Very
well,
nice. 300
points given away, which would equate to what, £3? These stencils, for a full set of brand new stencils today, these are at an incredible price for you, which would mean if you're winning those points, these will be almost half price for you because they're only £6.99 a set for new stencil designs. This is my favourite one, I'm not going to lie. It's got the fairy in it, it's got all of the flowers in it, but all unique borders, each and every one of them different, with scallops serrated and, of course, detailed edges.
Shell's asked a question and I know the answer. The answer is no, you can't.
Oh.
So she wants to mirror spray inside and outside a plastic cup. Can you then drink out of it?
No, I'm sorry,
It's
no.
solvent based. No, absolutely
Also,
not.
it might not work on the plastic. Yeah, there's certain things it will
needs
and won't
glass
work on.
or
Yeah.
really good quality
It's
acetate.
not recommended for food consumption or
No,
anything like
absolutely not. Right, darling, do you want to go over there?
I'll go over here.
I'm going to stay here and do some stuff.
Okay, stuff.
Stuff.
Lovely. Right, okay. Now, we've been asked questions about cleaning, about housekeeping, so it would be wise for me to share that with you after we've done some inking so I can actually show you how I do it and the best way to do it. I've got a variety of surfaces with me. I've got some cardstock, I've got the boxes, I've also got some resin ornaments that I've gessoed to show you how they work. But what I've got here, I think I've got those inks over there, Mel, haven't I? Do you know what the interference ones? I might
Bring
steal
them.
those back.
Yep.
Thank you. So I'm going to show you how it works. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Lovely stuff. Now, gorgeous colours, and I'll show you how all of these come into play. But your airbrush kit itself, once set up and assembled, just keep the hose slack. So keep it nice, free flowing, either down by the side of you so it's not out on your desk. That means that whenever you're using it, it will just retract a little bit like a petrol pump hose, okay? It just keeps going back to where it was and it doesn't tangle. It will just go back to its original form. It's not tightly woven in the sense that it's going to be springy either. So you kind of feel like it's not even attached to anything. It's so slinky, it's brilliant. So when you turn your airbrush kit on, it will keep pressure maintained within the hose in the kit so it's always ready for use. So if you turn it on, that pressure is now built up. You probably saw there for a second that the hose expanded slightly. So if I turn this off, just release the pressure. Sometimes if I have it slack like that and turn the pressure up, you see how the hose moved? And if I turn it on, the hose is moving with that pressure. That's because the hose is retaining that pressurized element. Now, as the pressure ever so slightly depletes in there, because air is hard to capture, it will top it up for us. So every 10 to 15 or 30 seconds, like that, it will just top up that pressure so it's always ready to go. And you can release it from the bottom if you wanted to. Never really need to, but that is an air check valve for you on there. Now, I'm going to keep that in the holster and select an ink to work with. Whilst ever you're adding your inks, just keep it in the little holster because it's easier. So take the cap off, which is removable from the top just here. I'm going to turn this off while I do it, just so because we don't need it on. I'm going to pick a colour to work with, so we'll go with this gorgeous bright pink. And each one of these does have a little ball bearing inside there as well, okay? And what that little ball bearing will do is allow that mica to be fully mixed with the ink. So if it's been sat for a couple of days, weeks or months, give it a really good shake. These have only sat for a couple of days, but we still give them a good shake, even in between every use, because it will still settle. So that's going to go down into here, so you can see how we're loading that in. And I'll probably put around about 8 to 10 drops inside there. Cap goes back on the top. There's a pinprick just in the top of there that will allow airflow to be drawn through here into the channel and chambers of the airbrush. Now, before I turn this on, there are a few other things to mention. On the back of the airbrush here, you have this, which twists clockwise and anti-clockwise. That will increase or decrease the amount that this trigger can be pulled back. What that will do is, of course, increase or decrease the amount of airflow and ink that's going to be spreading through here. So if you want really fine detail for sign writing, you're going to decrease that. If you want it to be large and open for bigger stencils and surface, you're going to untwist it to allow more to flow through. So you can tailor it. What I would suggest doing is getting a piece of card and almost do yourself like a driving test with your airbrush kit. So you've got here results of showing what it's like if it's fully untwisted, twisted all the way in, halfway, a quarter closed, and it will show you that, oh, okay, that brush stroke is what I need for that stencil there. I'm going to twist it to half closed and then I can use it. It's not essential, but it's a good way to get started. So what we're going to do now is turn it on. And if I use this piece of card as a test, you can see that that bright pink ink is coming out now as green gold. Look at that.
That's really clever, isn't it?
Oh, I love this colour. It's one of my favourite ones we've ever had on a show. I think it's brilliant. So, this stencil that I've got here, and I love this holder because you never have to lay your airbrush down, it just stays on there. I'm going to go through this stencil just to show you how fine it is, and I've not even used stencil adhesive on here. So we're going to take our airbrush, bring it to the project, and you've got a completely balanced amount of airflow along with ink distribution, which makes for the perfect mist. And when we say, oh, that looks airbrushed, this gives you that true airbrush finish, because it is. So, directly over the surface, turn it off if you're not going to be using it for a little while, and it dries incredibly quick, because remember, you're working with air and ink, so naturally it causes that ventilation. It doesn't have to be used inside or outside, it can be used wherever you want. And look at this. That now has given you an incredibly crisp stenciled interference image. So if I tilt it like that, you can see the pink running through towards in the fairy's head up there. But as I tilt it forward, her head then is going green. And that is what an interference ink can do for you. It is unbelievable.
Our lovely Sue Turner is asking how you clean it, please.
Cleaning, okay, great. So, Sue, I'll answer that for you right now and we'll get that done. Now what I have here is what I would say is my sink. All right, so this here is the bath that we're going to be putting waste in or cleaning into for this one. We do have the airbrush cleaning kit. I believe, unfortunately, at the moment it's sold out. We will try and get it back in for you. But at the moment, until we get that...
Oh.
We've got a cleaning kit.
Have we?
Oh.
Yeah, not the airbrush kit itself.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Okay.
So we've got the cleaning kit in stock for you. So have we just added it to the show?
It's on the show, but we haven't got it out.
Oh, right. Okay. So... The airbrush cleaning kit itself, it's a glass chambered vessel, and what that will do is collect ink residue in the base of there, okay. And basically what that will do is allow you to have it contained and captured within one space. While we've got some questions and comments coming through, Mel, am I right to go and grab mine?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just going to go and quickly grab it.
Absolutely. Right, sorry, I'm going to be really honest with you. So we've just done the Book Nook show. And I'm like, yeah, I came in on Sunday. I was like, I'm going to work on Sunday. I'm going to come in. I'm going to get everything done. I'm going to put the tape on the tabs. And then I realised that the tabs won't go through the slots with the tape on it first. So I'm sitting here peeling it all off. That's all right, because now you won't get that frustration when you get home, won't you? I know. But we are, well, I'm not even going to make an excuse. It is what it is. Right, now then, we are trying to get some more airbrushes back in stock. Stephanie is on the case as we speak. So as soon as we do, we will try our best to get those in. But this is a brilliant piece of kit. If you want to, I mean, look at that. That is a plaster piece that David used black hybrid acrylic on, or gesso, whichever you've got, and then sprayed with one of those interference inks. How incredible is that? That you go from that to that. This is the kind of thing that you would pay a small fortune for if you were to go out and buy things like that in the shops. You can do them yourself. And this airbrush, I have to say, I mean, I love the little rechargeable one. I think it's a really clever little piece of kit. And you can, you know, you just want to do a bit, it's done, it's easy, charge it up, brilliant. But if you're serious about your airbrushing, and I think you don't, there is no other way of getting that airbrush finish than an airbrush. You know, I've tried blending inks over the years, and I have to say, with the brushes, the round brushes that have the handle in the middle, they're great, but you still don't get that. And whether you're doing that on card, whether you're doing it onto all your different mixed media stuff, whether you're going over rice papers, etc., this is absolutely fabulous. And to get those 6 inks, I'm going to say you will probably pay, let's say £5 for each one. So you're getting £30 worth of inks because they're specialist, and specialist inks are always much more than your basic inks. So you're getting that, you're going to get your discount off it. We are trying to get more stock as we speak. As soon as I know the answer to that question, I will let you know. But David's back. Oh, we can't get any more before May, unfortunately. That's it now. So those 2 of you that have got it in your basket, please check your baskets out because somebody can come along and pinch it off you. Right, David?
Right, well, that could mean it's going to be a while until you see an airbrush show here.
Yes, absolutely.
So please make sure to get it checked out, as Mel was saying. Right, I've got my airbrush cleaning kit with me, and this is fundamental. If you've invested or purchased an airbrush, please don't craft without this. It's brilliant to work alongside. Now, what I'm going to do to get started, just to make it a little bit quicker, is any ink that we have left over inside here that's remaining, you can either pour back into your pot, but there was a teeny tiny, maybe a couple of drops in there, add a bit of water, and just pour that out into the main vessel like that. That instantly just gets rid of any of the larger amount of it. Then what we do is we take our bottle of airbrush cleaner. Yeah, we're working on getting this back in for you. So you take your airbrush cleaner, pop that inside the pan up here. Now this is different to water. What it will do is already it started to do it. Can you see there how it's completely mixed with that ink and it's stripped it away from the edges? It's a non-corrosive medium. It's fine to use without gloves, so don't worry about that. But we're going to turn on the airbrush and start to now flush it through. Now what will happen is I'm essentially airbrushing inside the pot. It's going to go down into this chamber. You can hear it now flowing through. It's got a filter pad on it there that allows air to come out of here, but it stops ink from, of course, vaporizing and turning into the atmosphere and, you know, adding to that. So the water is coming through, turning that off.
Cleaning set's fully allocated.
Oh, right, okay. So what I'm going to do is then take a little bit more cleaner, put it in here like that, and again, take that all the way through, and you can see now how it is literally collecting in the glass chamber in the bottom, and then we'll see all of that come through. So I'm just going to take that down. There we are, and we heard that empty. And then just to be safe, one last flush through of our cleaner. You can use a pipette with that if you want to. And then what we're going to do is take the rest of that through here, flush it in. Sorted. And that is how you clean out your airbrush. Now, should you ever run into an issue or you've left it for a few minutes or an hour or so and you've then thought, oh, I'll clean it out now and it's dried up, that's when you want to then deassemble it or, you know, take it apart and clean those chambers individually. And to do that, you would look at the front here, rotate it anti-clockwise, and be careful at this point because these are very fine elements, but this is a very sharp needle in the tip there. So really sharp needle, and it needs to be because it's a pinprick size to keep the ink flowing through. There is then a second chamber. Sorry, my hands are wet. There we go. Just to unscrew there, and you'll sometimes, if left, find a little bit of ink build-up just around this tip. Take one of those bottle brushes, give it a little brush down, and that will clean it thoroughly for you. These are all metal components, non-plastic, so they can take a good cleaning. Don't worry about that. They're really hard wearing. And that is your full cleaning from start to finish with your airbrush kit. If you've done all of that and it's still spitting and you're still finding issues, which you shouldn't do, but if, for example, you did, it means there's something stuck in there and it's dried. So you want to flush through with your cleaner again and then start working with your bottle brushes inside the chamber and pushing it through until it clears. Keep on going until it's cleared because it will do. Eventually it will clear out there. You just need to break it down. But doing that initial flush through before you do that, every single time you finish crafting with it, should eliminate that from ever happening.
Okay, I just need to do a quick recap, David, on a couple of items because we're really, really busy. For the square boxes, a quarter of the stock of the stack of square boxes, where you get 7, is already allocated. I'm not surprised at that price. Stephanie actually said to me last night, what price does it need to be? I was like, £9.99. She went, oh. Anyway, she did it. So 7 boxes. Brilliant for your rice papers. if you're somebody that loves decorating boxes and having everything looking really pretty in your home, these are fabulous. Shop Square will get you 7 square ones. Shop Round will get you 7 of your circular ones. Now, the inks that are the most popular are this soft set here, which is interesting because we go from your deep purples to your lilacs, into your blues, your greys and your silvers, and then a very soft pink. And then we go into your metallics, and then you have 2 thinners. So which inks would I use the thinners for, David? Or is it just about which airbrush you use it in?
So the thinners can be used with all inks in all airbrushes. You'll find that some inks will work better and work without any of the thinner perfectly fine. I have found that sometimes the darker colours will require a bit of thinner in there as well, just to help feed them through. You'll soon be a good judge of knowing which inks require that thinner the second you pick them up. It's kind of like some paints. Some watercolour palettes will require a little bit more saturation than others. You tend to find that the micas, the metallics will need a bit more thinner inside there because they're slightly thicker, and you'll see that inconsistency when you decant them, but you'll soon realise which colours that is for you.
Perfect.
But it's entirely up to you whether you do or don't want to use them with or without that. But to open these up, all you do is you'll have a protective cap over the top, so just remove that, okay, from here, and there you go. You've then got this little bottle nozzle towards the top, which enables you to fill this. Now we're going to test this one. This is a dark colour, but we're going to test this without thinner and see if we need to add it. So we're going to put this into our airbrush through here. So we're going to drop that in. So I'm looking at that colour thinking it may need thinner. Okay, that was quite thick, but we're going to give it a go and we'll see. So
What
we're going to
consistency are you looking for?
You want it to, that there looked a little bit like it was
Like
cream,
pouring cream.
yeah. But you want it to be almost like water.
Or milk.
Okay, yeah, you want it to be like, yeah, exactly that. Blue top milk, all right?
Oh yeah, you got to have blue top. In
So-
coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can see here it's coming through. So the purple is coming through perfectly fine, but it is thick.
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
Yep.
but I can still build up that colour really nicely actually. Look at that, how that's allowed me to really build it up. But with it being thick like that, it does give you the opportunity to do your writing. But you see there, look, now, it's too thick. So what we want to do is go over to our pot. We need to clean it down and then add our thinner to it. So we're just going to flush that remaining ink out of there for now. Just quickly turn that on. Get any of the ink
Marina, I
out.
don't know when the interference inks are going to be back in, darling, because they come with the airbrush and we can't get the airbrush back till May. And Tracy's asking, daft question, no such thing as a daft question.
No doubt question.
What
Oh, thank you.
is interference ink?
Interference ink, okay, great question. An interference ink will rely on colour that it's actually placed on top of and light that is then shown on top of it. So if you see this from this side here, you've got blue and green, and from this side, the colours I'm viewing, I've got pink and purple. So an interference ink quite literally will interfere with the surface. So this was a black gessoed decorative item. If I'd have painted this white, this would be all a completely different colour. With different light, it will pick out different tones. So they're usually always duotoned inks, okay? So you will have either a gold green or a blue red. You'll have different colours running through one another, which will then, of course, be pronounced and visual or visible when you see it through a different light. You can find them in ink pads, you can find it in a paint form, you can also find it in an ink form as well. You can see it in loads of different ways. It's almost like when you've got, for example, the Highlight Magic paints from Cadence. They are interference because you paint them on white. Okay, that's gold. You paint it onto the black. Oh my goodness, it's green. The second it sits onto another surface, it pushes those colours through. It's very clever in the way that it works, but it's all about the mica. It's all about the mica that's inside that product that does it. It's not about the acrylic. It's not about the carrier. It's the mica that's used, and it creates that interference for you. That's what it is. So when we refer to something as being an interference ink or an interference colour, it basically has a dual action and it will do 2 things in one.
I need to tell you, half the stock of the square boxes are now allocated
Wow,
and in
okay.
people's baskets.
My goodness me.
No, you need to be quick.
You do. Right, okay, so I'm going to filter this through because I just need to give this a quick clean out now. There we go. So I'm going to take the airbrush cleaner and turn this on. Filter this through, and you can see how dense that ink was. Now, I'm going to see, I don't actually have, is there like a stencil spray lid or anything under there, like a little cup? Don't know if there is.
No,
take
not
this in.
really.
They're not.
What's this?
okay
I've got
if not.
this.
Oh yeah, I could use that. Thanking you. Ooh,
Random.
sound like Pingu. Right,
Making
okay,
a mess on the floor here. Look at me, I've got all bits of
Oh my
backing up.
goodness me! If you could see behind this counter, everybody.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
well.
So I'm going to take a little bit of tissue just to take out a bit of my ink that I got inside there. There we go, just clean that out. Perfect, that's got that. And then we're going to do a final flush through. This is the importance of keeping this nice and clean. It's really important that you keep on top of it. So, finger over the end and look at how it's bubbling up. That's with the cleaner. You see how it's doing that?
Yeah, look at that.
I love it when
See,
it
I
does
would
that.
use that on a piece of card.
Yes, you can do. Well, that's not got much ink in it anymore, but I'll show you.
Because then you
If
can
you
create
were-
your bubbles with what's left over while you're cleaning, right?
See, a lot of the cleaner's gone from there now, but
Yeah. But yeah,
you could do all your bubbles with it. Now, let's pour that residue out of there. Perfect, that's now good to go. Look at how it's foamed up around the nozzle of that airbrush. That's how important that cleaning solution is as well. We are working on that one. So, what I'm going to do, just get rid of this piece of card for now because we don't need that. We're going to take our purple ink. I'm going to put some into this glass cup. So I'm going to put it into here. Take the lid back. There we go. So I'm going to pop that in there so you can see how thick that. You can see how thick that is. Look at that colour, how thick it is, how it's running down there. That's more like melted chocolate.
oh, chocolate. Who mentioned chocolate?
Oh, melted chocolate. Chocolate, chocolate, chocolate. Right, okie dokie. So then we're going to take our thinner. Okay. This might not be the open one I've got. Nope, it's not. But we're going to open that one. And we're going to then add our dropper back onto the top of here and untwist like this. And we're going to add our thinner now. You want to probably use about 50% amount thinner in ratio to what you used in your ink. And I'm just going to use my pipette at the moment to mix this together. Okay, just like that. And see now already, look at that consistency. That's completely changed that, which means your ink's going to go so much further. So we're going to draw some of that up in our pipette, pop it into here, like that. Now let's take some cardstock just to see what sort of distribution we get now, because we may want a little bit more thinner. And in fact, just to be safe, I'm going to pop a little bit of thinner just in the top there, and it will mix with it, just to keep that open. Now we're going to go in with our airbrush. Now look at that. Can you see the difference of adding thinner to your
Yeah,
ink?
massive.
Massive
Night and day.
difference. That is why it's so important to use that thinner in here. So if I was to take, for example, the lid of these boxes, we could do a full ombre airbrush effect on this, which would look great. Right, okie dokie. So when you're working onto a larger surface like this, you start to realise actually your desk is becoming an airbrush station, and you need to actually cater for that, which is how this comes in. Okay, we have got a spray booth for you. Now look, already I've got my box inside the turntable spray booth. It's displayed in there, meaning we've got full 360 rotation of a larger item. Now what this will mean for you is you can then do big display pieces, because it's all good and well having something flat. You can go on your desk, but when you've got something three-dimensional, you start going like this, and you spray with it like that, and then all of a sudden you realise that all of that wall in front of you is covered in ink, because it's an airbrush, it will float in some areas. A spray booth will eliminate that from ever happening. Now inside here, you've got your turntable, which is also removable. It's got little suction pads on there, so you can use this for other things as well, not just within your spray booth. You can use it for display pieces, or go in the middle of a dining table with something on it if you want it to. But this is self-assembly, comes in just a few panels, all clicks together. It's got your extraction hose on there as well, and it's got a light in it. Now, it will power up, and what happens is inside here, I'll turn that off while I talk so you can hear me. It's not loud, but it will take over the microphone, that's why. You've got a filter pad just in the top of there, which is cleanable, and that will extract things like mirror spray fumes, stencil spray fumes, spray mount fumes, airbrush diffusion as well. So when we have a project sat on here, I first lined mine with paper and thought, I'll keep it nice and clean, and then that went out the window. I just started using it. It's just what happens. It then means with your projects, you can rotate them round as you're airbrushing them. So you turn it on, and then you can start to actually work with your airbrush and rotate it as you're creating your project. And then you know that everything is contained inside there. Look at this, how well that's going on. And I can keep the airbrush in the exact same place, not having to move the airbrush at all. I'm just rotating that platform, and you can see how it builds it up evenly, perfectly, and also at the same time incredibly satisfying. Look at that. There we go. So I'm building up all of that colour. I'm completely airbrushing this entire top half of this box at the moment, so we can do like a two-tone ombre with it. Look at that. And this airbrush is so consistent, but notice how all of the additional bits of vapour are going straight up that extraction tube, so you're not seeing any of it at all. That is unbelievable. Turn it around.
Oh, that's really cool, David. I love that.
Until we've actually just ran out of that small amount of ink that we put in there.
Wow.
Let that dry and look at this.
That's cool.
How good is that?
That's really cool.
So now you've got full three-dimensional crafting on a 360 basis. That takes it into another level, which means you can do ornamental pieces, your resin cast ornaments, home decor, and these boxes.
I'm not here.
Oh,
I'm
Mel's
just
not
coming in
here.
to get the bin. That's what Alice used to do when she wanted to sneak past Mick to get ice cream out the freezer.
No one saw you, I don't think.
Nobody saw me.
You
Nothing
completely
to see
went
here,
invisible
just
then.
doing my job
I don't know how
properly
she did
instead
that.
of watching
No,
it all.
I didn't see you. You didn't even show up on camera. Right, okie dokie. So, then we could introduce a new colour and start to mix it through. But what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to clean it out.
What you're not going to do?
I'm not going to clean it out.
Oh, that's a surprise. Just putting that out
Wow.
there. Yeah, wow.
If everybody wants an extension of the show, we'll walk through to Mel's desk after this.
Which one?
Good point. Which
Listen,
one?
I'm working on 2 book nooks, a load of MDF for the weekend. What else have I got to do? Oh, club, Scan and Cut Club. I started designing that this morning. I need a desk for each one.
There we go.
What we won't do is look at the floor around David's desk.
Ooh.
But if we're going down that road,
You're just like a lemon. Bitter.
ooh, wow. You really are stacking up a list of things I need to get you back for, aren't you?
Yeah, well, if it
Yeah,
gets your
well.
desk clean.
My desk will never be tidy, love.
No, it won't.
Never trust a tidy crafter.
No. There we go. That's it, really, isn't it? Right, okay, I'm just going to rinse this cup out, which is going to look good.
I tell you what, talk about make do, right?
Talk about make do. Oh my goodness, talk about make a mess.
Yeah, well,
Right, okay, so I've almost cleaned out my pot. There we go. I would usually use a little mixing palette or an
Yes,
egg
you
cup
would.
or something.
bless you.
But I'm going to go with this because it's working.
Yeah, do it.
There we go.
How are we doing on the boxes, Lewis?
Got some left? Yeah. Wait,
Brilliant.
that's 60%.
Thank you. 60% of the box.
There we go. Sorted.
Oh my goodness me. How are we doing on the boxes? Yeah, we've got some left. Lewis, that's the best producing I've ever heard. Wow. Oh my goodness me, that's funny.
Wow. Okay. So I've
That's
added.
like saying, have I got any money left in my bank account? Yeah,
Got some
a
left.
bit.
Right. So we're going to draw up that
Oh,
blue we've just
genius.
mixed.
Love
And
that.
now we're going to pop that into the airbrush because we've mixed that, of course, with our thinner.
That's funny.
So it works perfectly fine. Unit goes back on. Airbrush back on.
Classic.
Quickly test it to let that colour come through. Oh, look at that. It's a really nice pale blue. And now we can start to build this up onto here. There we are. So I'm now mixing the baby blue with that purple, allowing that to build up. Now it's a very, very light blue, so you'll start to see a small transition. Rotate that round. Oh, that looks lovely.
That is fabulous, isn't it? And I'd line the inside of that spray booth with some paper so that it's picking up any ink so you can then use it.
Yeah.
It's cool, isn't it?
Sorry? Did you say something?
I did, I said. I would line the inside of the spray booth with paper.
Yeah,
So you can then
absolutely.
use the
I did do
paper.
that at the start.
Did you?
Yeah, at the start. No, look at that. Now you can see I've got a perfect ombre. See how that's drying there?
Yeah, look at that.
But now I've got a perfect ombre
That's well
between the
cool.
purple and the blue. And that's how easy it is to create. It's so simple. But yes, using your spray booth.
See, spray booth for your glue, for your spray glue.
Yeah,
Be good.
you don't have to use a box.
Don't have to use a box. I know. We have all the gear. Cardboard box.
Spray booth for your mirror spray, stencil spray, spray mount, airbrush.
All of
all
it.
of those different ones inside there.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking of buying one for Matthew, because he paints a little Warhammer, so he prints them on his, or he prints something similar on his resin printer, and then he needs somewhere for photography, which would be great because you've
Yeah.
got the light in it.
Mm-hmm.
But also he can base coat
Yes, absolutely.
quicker. So I'm thinking about getting him the airbrush and the booth for his birthday.
Oh yeah, do it.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Definitely. And I'm adding a highlight to this gessoed resin ornament I've got here. It's just run out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put inside here an interference colour. So let's go in with, let's use intense. Do we want to? Yeah, we do. Let's use, orange violet. Use this one. See what it looks like on the gesso. So we're going to put some drops of that inside here and start to feed this one through now. Cap needs to go back on. They always put the cap on just so in case you were to ever rest it on its side and forget, it won't spill out. Just quickly fill through that colour. There we are. And now I'm going to start to build up with that gorgeous, this colour is really nice. So now we can start to really pick out some detail. I'll share this with you and hold it up to you in just a second so you can start to see the graduation of those colours. But this looks dreamy. I'm going to do about halfway up.
Now this hour has absolutely flown by. We've got about 3 minutes left. We need to draw a winner. If you've typed Tuesday in to win 300 points, we can, we'll do that in a couple of minutes time. But this is fabulous. And to get these inks included is really cool. If you are sat with this in your basket, please check them out. We only have 2. They're both allocated. Somebody can come along and take it out of your basket if they're quicker at checkout. So if you want it, please check it out. If you change your mind, please take it out of your basket so that somebody else can have it.
Look at that.
Because that's what we do, because we're nice as crafters.
That you can really see the difference between where the base of that has been gessoed and where the base of it has also been airbrushed. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change my colour to blue. So let's just get the rest of that out of here. My pipette is just there, so I'm just going to clean my pipette through a second.
Lovely.
There we go. Oh,
Louis, shall we draw a winner? Well, David's...
Oh, I don't want it to end.
Oh no, hang on, are you going to do something else before we draw a winner?
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you doing?
I want to use...
What do you want to use?
Let's use green.
Oh, go on, let's do that.
There we go.
You can tell somebody's used to making cocktails, can't you? Look at that shake.
There we go.
Look at the shake on David.
Look at the shake on that. There we go. So push through that colour. Oh, this colour's amazing. Look at this green. Okay, wait 1 second. This looks unbelievable. So I'm going to blend these 2 colours together. And these are the ones that come with the airbrush, remember, as well. So you'll have got these if you've shopped for your airbrush. Oh my word.
Oh, Sue Turner's just had a mug press and a hat press delivered. How
Really?
exciting is that,
Wow.
Sue? Wow.
Look at that now. So now
We're
we've
going to
got
have a busy
that.
day.
Look at that there. So you've got that green, blue, and at the bottom of there we've got that gorgeous orange gold as well. That is a stunning combination of colours together. But that can easily be created and is so achievable with the airbrush, with the inks, but you've got to get it checked out to make sure it's yours to be able to do something like that. Now, we've reached the end of the show, so shall we
Let's
draw a
winner.
winner? And the answer, there wasn't an answer, but it was Tuesday.
Chris Biggs, well done, Chris. Keep
Well
an
done.
eye out for a message from us and we will get those added to your account. Right, I'm going through that wall to be with Mrs. Stuffing Winkman.
Yes, she'll be there waiting for you.
Highlight looks.
Don't be late. See you there.
See you in a few minutes.